Yes, in this day and age, humility is stronger than pride. You know, you can cultivate your own virtues. You can be the lover of your own virtues and shape them and embody them. And you may focus on only one or two virtues at a time, because some of them don't go together, like humility and pride. And maybe there was a time, or there is a scenario, where you can think of pride as something that is not detrimental. When we're looking at tribal societies, when we look at how Native Americans used to live, or imagine the Maasai warriors, they have, or children, they have a natural form of pride that you just cannot attack, but this would be a topic for another video. It is something different. So what I want to talk today is humility. And humility comes from that word that is, related to humidity. So we have a humid climate today, all right? There is a lot of humidity in the air. And when you are humiliated, when someone or a group of people humiliates you, then they push you down into that Mother Earth, into that humid soil. See, and this is not a bad thing. The soil is the soul of the earth, and it's fertile. And you need to be able to bend and be flexible to get up again. So pride is rigid and stiff, while humility is only stable at its root, at its ground area, where it's grounded. This is where it's stable. But anything else is flexible. And this is why bamboo never breaks in the storm, because, so to say, it's humble and it's not rigid, it does not break, right? Yeah, humility. See, some of the best exercises for your body are connected with bending you down, bowing, going close to the earth. And people who would humiliate you, they do this because they are afraid of you. And they are insecure. And this is why they have to put you down. It's just a defensive mechanism, so to say. And when you are prideful and somebody, humiliates you, ignores you, stonewalls you, ghosts you, avoids you, disrespects you, we're living in a world of a lot of people that are disrespectful and envious and insecure. And all they want to do is maintain their status. And when you coming in with a high level of energy, openness and kindness and ready to change, you know what I'm saying? It's a threat. And that's why they show you disrespect and try to humiliate you. And when you're prideful, it's easier for them actually, because Your pride is an idea. It's probably part of the persona when you're thinking in Jungian, Carl Gustav Jung psychology. It's part of the persona. It's how you present yourself. It's your self-image. It's an idea. It's ego. And it might be big. So, you know, the Bible says it's easier to get a camel through the eye of a needle than a rich man into heaven. And the same is, you know, the way to hell is a wide path. It's broad. So all kinds of mistakes can lead you into hell, right? But it's a narrow path that leads into heaven. And it gets more narrow and narrow to the point where you feel guided. You know, once you go on the narrow path, it starts to narrow out more and more. And you can actually understand this as guidance, because then you see, oh, finally, life gets simple. The decisions get very simple, right? So it's not anymore about all the choices that you have when you're on that broad path that leads you to self-destruction. But it gets simple, more and more simple, and reduced to some basics. And you cannot save your pride. Your pride will not fit in this path and this, you know, the windows and the doors that you are going through. It doesn't fit through, and it just makes a big target for people who try to attack you, and they will compete with you. And because they are afraid of you, the next thing they do is they start competing in a very covert and backhanded way. So they will not openly show it to you and confront you, because this would mean constructive criticism and manhood. No, they will do it just behind your back, backstabbing, slandering and stuff like that, because they are afraid of you. And you can't have these people around you, right? But the humility, to come back to the topic, helps you to not get into this competition, because once you, when you're prideful and you are triggered and you feel attacked by whatever they do, whether it's ignoring you, overseeing you, disrespecting you, or even giving you some comments, backhanded compliments or whatever, triggering you, this will, when it triggers you, they get a reaction. They want a reaction. They want your positivity changed to anger. They want your generosity, your love vibration, your high vibration, your smiling with the world. They want to change this to anger, desperation, frustration, rage, depression. They want negative self-talk. They want to put voices in your head, stuff like that, right? So this is why you can't have these people around you. But at the same time, when you learn, and you learn from these people what they attack, you need to get rid of whatever they attack, because that's your pride. And when you're humble and you're down to earth and you're flexible, you understand that these attacks don't really attack you. They don't hit you, you know. You're just being like, this is this small center line that can be attacked, and you can easily just sway around like a bamboo or, you know, a tree. An old tree that is too rigid will break from that, or feel attacked, or take that blow. And taking blows is another thing that you can do, actually. But I'm just telling you, once you're being triggered, once you accept this and you go in the same vibration, you sacrifice too much of your positive energy, and they got you where they want you. They want you in that competition, right? And when you understand, when you're coming from the standpoint of being, humble, and creating and defining and designing your own virtue, it's your unique humility. You have your own interpretation and embodiment of that. It helps you to create a different narration. When they attack you, they don't attack you. They don't even hit you. And they, you start understanding them based on what their message is, what they say. But since it doesn't hit you, you don't have to defend yourself. It's just them. And you can maintain. You have more control over your energy. You maintain the flow you're in. And you create different reality through this. Basically, you create a different perception of the world for yourself through humility. And you will not be able, or if you like to be, if you have pride, if you want to afford this pride, if you need to have this self-image, well, I don't think it's gonna be a graceful experience for you, because you can't save that in this world of disrespect. Okay, so I just wanted to share this message with you. Stay humble and bend down, bow down, surrender to overcome, like the bamboo doesn't break in the storm.